got caught in a pig butchering scam, sharing my story to help others. So this is kind of a long one. I'm a 28-year-old female from Australia. I decided to go dating online using Bumble after my breakup with my ex 7 months ago. I believed I was healed and excited to find someone I knew what I wanted in my next relationship. The first day I was on there, I matched with a good-looking Malaysian Chinese man. Oh, is that me? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, man. That could be. We chatted for an hour on the app and moved on quickly to use WhatsApp. He apparently fell in love with me after 3 days of chatting with me. Oh, man, I hate when that happens. Wow, 3 whole days?
Don't you just love when that one? Happens to me all the time.
Every day on the bus, right? and proceeded to love bomb me, promised me the world, wanted to make me his woman, give me everything he owns when we get married. Initially, this was too much for me, and I confronted him about it. He said he understands, but it's how he shows his love. He respected my boundaries, gave me a lot of compliments, promised me a bright future, encouraged my ideas and plans, etc. I liked talking to him every night. This was all over text. Well, that should be your first red flag right there. We called once or twice, but he was usually too shy or nervous to speak to me on the phone and meet up. I was also shy and anxious person, so I understood. We then started to speak about his tough childhood growing up and his journey into investing. I was into property investing and understood basics of stocks and crypto. Well, that's like me and AMC and GameStop. He told me about how he makes money by placing most of his savings in a mining pool, which generates roughly $7,000 a day. He has been doing it for an entire year. He showed me the screenshots as proof and the amount he had in his savings. I believed it, and so when he asked about my finances, I told him about it without thinking too much since he was also open about all of his finances. He convinced me to put my savings in a mining pool so we can both probably be financially free together, so I did. Initially it was a $8,000 investment. So before I move forward, my first thought was like, well, lady, you're an idiot, but at my job where we deal with people in financial hardships, I actually had a client who did this. It was an older lady. She was sending like money to some guy overseas who she'd never met, and he promised that he was going to reinvest it for her, and he never did.
Never happened.
He disappeared.
Change his number.
Yeah.
Log out of the WhatsApp group and shit.
Later. But yeah, yeah, I just bring that up because it's actually believable. It's a plausible story. I've seen it happen. So.
I don't know. It happens to me all the time. No, seriously, like not like dating apps, but just randomly. I get a text message from some random phone number, and they're like, freaking, they say, yeah, I'm a financial, what the fuck they always say? Like
freaking advisor or something?
Advisor and stuff like that, and with crypto, and they want me to invest, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Over the next week, I was able to see returns of about $400 a day. He mentioned that these mining pools are great, but they don't last long. I mean, $400 a day, not bad. This particular pool will end in 2 months. This baited me to put in most of my savings. I liquidated my stock and crypto assets and stupidly added it to the wallet, totaling about $60,000 USD.
Damn.
Then the mining pool sent out a notification to join this couple activity and pledge your funds to the pool for greater returns. All right, this is starting to sound like a freaking Ponzi scheme. The guy I was talking to mentioned how we have enough funds to join this activity since the requirement was wallets totaling $300,000 US. Once we joined, he panicked and realized that to complete this activity and release the funds, each account needed to have $150,000. We didn't understand the requirements fully. I just jumped into it without thinking. He then reassured me that it's fine and it's possible to get this money, we just need a plan. Okay. He told me he was short on money and was unable to help me at the moment, but he's trying his best to do everything he can to make this problem go away quickly so we can finally have our first date. Wait a minute, you guys haven't been on your first date?
Hold on a second.
Yeah,
this... what we're heading to? First investment, then the first date?
Oh man, dating in 2023 is getting to be too much for me, you know?
I need to get my crypto wallet open up and get ready for the
first date idea is we have to open a hedge fund. So His friends won't be able to assist. He has a bad record with the bank, so he can't get a loan. He's on that 300 credit score. I know how that is. Trying to convince me that he's exhausted all his options and no one can help him. He's so tired from working 12-hour days, telling me that his only motivation to work is because of me. I brighten up his day. Don't think too much about the problem, so let's be optimistic, he would always say. I was reassured by the customer support team and him that this was all we needed to do to get our funds back. He said he has done it multiple times before, but only participated individually. However, the rules have now changed. My stupid ass decided to add in all of my savings to this pool, apply for a personal loan, and then borrow money from my parents to make up this total because there was no other option or else I'd lose it in a couple days. I made it happen, completed this activity, but was told that I needed 30% of the $150,000 in my wallet to open the release fund channel to withdraw these funds. After hearing this and confronting him about it, he said he had forgotten this was a requirement when he participated before, but promised that this was all we needed to do to get our money back. By then, I realized that this was all a scam and started to find similar scams to this. I've also checked the wallet address he apparently pledged with me and realized that no such funds were taken out like they did with mine. I lied to him that I had the money to withdraw the funds, but he had to prove to me that I was going to get his money back. He instantly flipped, turned on me, gaslighted me about how I don't trust him after everything we've been through. What the hell? You haven't even met this guy. Everything we've been through. I never thought I'd be one to fall for one this badly and lose so much. I work in IT and I'm usually so careful when it comes to these things. I went through feelings of self-blame, shame, guilt, depression, and embarrassment. I was stressing out so much over my job before. I thought about leaving, but now I have no choice but to work to keep up with my mortgage payments. This situation messed me up really badly and also caused me to have a lot of trust issues and not ever want to date again. There were so many red flags I missed, but now see clearly. I was also isolated to not talk about this situation with my friends and my parents because they, quote, wouldn't understand, and we could fix this problem ourselves, so I shouldn't worry them with our matters. I've seen a psychologist about this and spoke openly with my parents and friends about it to start the healing journey. But I'm still fairly shocked that it happened over a short amount of time. I save every dollar and don't spoil myself at all, so this loss was painful. As a result of this, my parents are now having to revise their finances to retire comfortably. I understand that I was a victim of this and that these scammers use strong psychological tactics to bait you into getting scammed, but my guilt is eating me up every time I see them stress out about their finances. I've reported this to the police, but I've accepted that this money is lost forever and I won't be able to get it back. I'm hoping that sharing my story can stop others from making the same mistake. Edit. Thank you, everyone, for your supported comments. They're greatly appreciated and they bring me a lot of comfort to what has happened. With regards to the comments on how stupid it was of me to fall for this, I can understand that. I believe part of the reason was due to my first time ever online dating and recently getting out of a very long-term relationship with a lot of wounds and low self-esteem. Learned a hard lesson after this experience. I'll definitely work to strengthen other parts of my life before looking for a relationship again. Wow.
Damn.
So she borrowed...
So,
go ahead.
In total, how much she lost?
I think it was like $150,000. And not all of it was her money, though. She also took out a loan, and then she also borrowed money from her parents.
Damn. Fuck.
This brings me back to our last story, or our other story that we did the other week, I guess, by the time this video comes out. Now, the guy who gave his ex $500, like,
oh yeah.
At least that was only $500. This is $150,000.
Oh, fuck. Like, what's it called? Who says there's no such thing as girl simps and shit?
Yeah, exactly. That kind of made me think of that too. It's like yeah, men are like stereotyped as being the simps and stuff, but apparently not. Apparently goes both ways.
Got her good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks, but sometimes I'm like lady or girl, you know, like woman. Or whoever, woman. Like sometimes, if you're that stupid, maybe you deserve to get scammed. It's major red flag. Like how.
Also, the guys in our first story who are showing up to the house in the middle of the night, guys, the same thing. It's like,
yeah,
I know. But I guess too, when you're in love, you're in the heat of the moment, passionate, like your critical thinking goes out the window, you know.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah. I've had those.
It's happened to me too, but I never lost that much money.
Yeah, no. Luckily, I've never been scammed. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been scammed, and I get those a lot. Like I get messages and stuff like that, and then I just for curiosity I like keep the conversation, and it's always like that. They try to like get to know me and all this stuff, and they're like, yeah, I'm into financial freaking services, or I don't know. I don't know what the fuck what they say.
Oh, I would get like tons of those, and I just delete them.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
And another one I'm getting from, there's like a ton. Some want to hack my Instagram account, and they're like, oh yeah, I'll get you $1,000 if you do this, blah blah. But first you need to do this, change your email address to this. I'm like, fuck you, you know. And then another one is like I get like requests to do some art, and then they're like, oh yeah, I want this, and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be this, and I use PayPal or Zelle or all this shit. And then they're like, oh no, I need I can pay you by check, like I'll send you a photo and you can just cash it through the app or something like that. And they're like, oh no, my this is something like I'll send you like 8K, but you reimburse me like what, or $1,000, and then you just reimburse me, like take off the price that I'm gonna pay you, reimburse me the rest. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Shit. I don't know, some weird shit.
What is this?
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, just send me your email, I can send you like all the funds. And I'm like, what? Yeah, and if you're 28 and you should know about finances and scams and you're IT, I mean, come on.
Yeah, and she clearly she went to school, like,
don't you work building the firewall just for that shit? For I don't know.
I was gonna say, I hope she's not in the freaking IT security department. Like, come on.
I don't know. I mean, I feel sorry for her, but I don't know. If you're that stupid, then I guess, yeah, it's scammers are gonna get the easy ones. So, also old people too.
Old people I can see, but young people, I was like, come on, we grew up with this shit. You should know.
Yeah,
we're like the most freaking cautious, smartest like generation we're supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
Yeah,
we all voted for Biden, so.
No, I didn't.
I'm not saying I did, but you know, our generation.